Hey everyone, welcome or welcome back. I'm Erin, and today I have my trash can, which means that we are doing buys and buys. I did get this idea for this video from another YouTuber. Her name is Anne, and she is always linked down in my description box. But basically, this is my monthly empties and haul. So in this video, I do go over my beauty budget, and since we did finish up another quarter in September, I will be tacking on some quarterly inventory numbers at the end of this video, just so you guys can see how I am doing. So let me go ahead, and like I said, I have my trash can. It's not overflowing like it was last month. It was a little bit of a slower month, but my purchases are exciting. So let me go ahead and get all the things out of my trash can here, and we will go over my empties. Let me start with the items that don't count in my beauty budget, because these are what I consider more necessities rather than things that I want or new items that I want to try. And I did go through 2 eczema creams. And so I have eczema on my fingertips, and also, especially, I don't wear my wedding band a whole lot because if it gets moist under there or if I get it wet and it doesn't dry out, I will get a ring of eczema around my finger as well. So I always have eczema cream on hand. And so these little ones I keep in our vehicles, and then the big one I keep by my bedside. So I was able to use up another big tube and a small tube of eczema cream. And then my other 2 that don't count towards any of my budget or even any of my empty numbers for the end of the year are 2 chapsticks. And so I finally used up this one. I bought last fall in a set, and this one is in maple or vanilla maple, and I actually really did enjoy this scent. And then this is just a regular vanilla bean one. I do really enjoy the Burt's Bees formula for chapsticks. I am currently on a medication that dries me out a whole lot, so I am more reliant on chapstick now than I ever was in the past. And so I have been flying through these, which I need to, maybe this upcoming weekend, if we go to Target, I'll go ahead and I'll look for another kit for the fall, because I really did enjoy the chai tea flavor and also the vanilla maple. Those were really, really good scents. The rest of the items, they do count towards my numbers, and so let me do skincare. So I was able to use up this Slather Tropics, it's an exfoliating body serum. This came in a Sephora favorites or trial kit, and I actually really did enjoy this. This has retinol, lactic acid, urea, and squalane in it, and I love all of those ingredients. I think that this did an excellent job on my upper arms for my KP, and I really enjoyed this. I'm trying to kind of make my own concoction of this by adding ordinary products into a body lotion and using it that way. Again, I'm not a cosmetic chemist, so I don't know if I'm hurting the efficacy of the items that I'm putting in, but I'm trying it out. But this is something that I would definitely consider repurchasing, especially if it was on sale, because it is, I don't even know how much the full price or the full size of this is. I'm guessing somewhere in the $20 to $30 range, but I actually really did enjoy this product. If you guys end up getting a sample of this, or you guys end up getting something like this, make sure to use your SPF, because if you're using acids and you're using retinol, especially on your body, you need to be wearing sunscreen the next day. So that's my word of caution with this, but otherwise I really enjoyed this, and I really liked getting this as a sample. I did use up one of my Paula's Choice 2% BHA liquid exfoliants. This is kind of a holy grail for me. I go through about 2 of these a year, and so you would have seen in last month's buys and buys that I purchased a new one, and that's the one that I'm using. So I was able to get this used up in September. So I don't really have a lot to say about it other than I consistently repurchase it, and I love this product. In that same Sephora sampler kit, I did get a little, this is a half size of the Supergoop Glow Screen. I've gone through full sizes of this before, and I really do enjoy this as a sunscreen. It is extremely glowy to the point where it's, if I wore this on like a no makeup day, I would almost like powder my face down because of how I looked almost like a tin man. So this is very, very glowy, but I do enjoy it. I'm kind of moving away from some of the glowy sunscreens, especially because I'm adding glow to my routine with the e.l.f. Halo Glow filter, which I just rolled that into my project pan, so I'll link that up in the eye. But I was happy to get a half size of a sunscreen, and I was able to use that up. And then the last item that is in my skincare category is I used up the Summer Fridays Cloud Dew Gel Cream Moisturizer. I did get this in a FabFitFun, and it is completely done. Nice heavy glass packaging. I'll keep this packaging, but I was surprised at how quickly I went through this. I love this moisturizer, and when I got this in my FabFitFun, one of you guys actually put a comment that like, hey, you can get extras in your FabFitFun box for like the extra like $10 or $15 that they charge for an additional product to get backups. And I totally like, I've never done that. Like, I've never wanted more than one item in a category, but if I see a holy grail come up in my FabFitFun, I might get an additional one, because if I had a few backups of this, I would be thrilled. I really do love this moisturizer, and I first tried this out in like a Sephora favorites kit or like a little sample size in a Sephora freebie. I'm telling you, when I was getting the Sephora play bags, I love testing out those products. I'm really sad that Sephora doesn't do anything like that before, because I found a lot of amazing products that way. But Summer Fridays Cloud Dew Moisturizer, love it, used it up, wish I had backups, but this is another empty. Let me do fragrance and then I'll do makeup. So I used up the travel size of the Replica by the Fireplace, and this was very, very popular a couple years ago, because when did I purchase this? I think in 2020. This was very popular, and I had smelled it in store and I really liked it, so I picked up the travel size. And when I got it home and I sprayed it on me, it gave me a headache. So I was not able to wear this on my body. Like, it's so strong and intense, and there's some scent in here that, like, again, it kind of throws, it's haywire in my brain. But I ended up finishing this up by using it as a room spray, and basically I would spray it on my curtains on my window behind the camera. I would just spray it on my curtains, and it made my room smell so good. I think that having the distance and allowing it to dissipate in the room, that is the way that I liked this the best. I mean, I'm not going to repurchase it to spray on my curtains because it's 30 something dollars for a travel size, but I'm glad that I felt like I got my money's worth out of it, because it made my office smell amazing. And then I have two little mini guys that I ended up using up. So I did use up the Victor and Rolf Flower Bomb Ruby Orchid is this one. And then this one is Valentino Vance Viva. That's what this one is. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. This one I didn't really like. It kind of had, and this is never meant to be insulting, but probably all of you guys know what I'm talking about. This had more of like an old lady smell. Like, this is what I expect somebody in their 70s or 80s to smell like, because they probably, like, White Diamonds was very, very popular when they were kind of coming up into fragrances. So that's what the Valentino one smells like. And then I do have a travel size of the Ruby Orchid. It's not my favorite from Victor and Rolf, but definitely I am happy to have, number one, this done, but also have a travel size of it. So I did use up these three fragrances, and the rest is makeup. So an easy one we can get out of the way is the e.l.f. Dewy Coconut Setting Mist. I did end up rolling this into deck of panning, and so I have my marks on here. I do go through setting spray very quickly. I understand that about myself. It is already put into my budget. I buy my setting sprays on sale, so like I understand I go through setting sprays quickly because that is what, probably 2 months of use altogether. But this is one of my holy grails. I will pick up more of them during Black Friday, and I am happy to have another one rolled out. If you've been sleeping on getting one of the e.l.f. Setting mists, go ahead and give it a try. Plus, the mister is amazing. So you can't go wrong with one of the e.l.f. sprays. Also in my project pan, I got done with this little mini of the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer Blush in Provence. This was very sheer and very light. It hardly showed up on my skin, and I am relatively fair. So I was happy to get this rolled out and done, and basically know for myself that this is not a formula for me. It is a formula for a lot of people. I know a lot of people love this, but just not for me. So I'm happy to get this out of my collection because that did count as a blush. 2 brow items. So I did end up going through one of my e.l.f. Wow Brows. This one was in Burnett, and so I went through this. I purchased this one at the beginning of the year, so I got 9 months. No, because if I bought it in the beginning of the year, now I got 8 months worth of use out of this. I think that's a really good deal. I love the small spoolie on this one. So this is a product that I have already repurchased. And then I did use up a full size of the ABH Clear Brow Gel. This used to be one of my holy grails, but it has been dethroned. I ended up getting this one in a FabFitFun, didn't I? I don't have it down that I picked it up. Maybe I got this last year during the Brow Day sale. I can't remember, but I think this came in a FabFitFun last year. But the reason I don't like it necessarily is, number one, I feel like the brush is a little bit too big. The product is a little bit too runny, like the top always gets gunked up with stuff. Just there's so much about this that I'm not a fan of anymore. And so I will go ahead, and I am happy to have this out of my collection and used up, but this is, again, it's dethroned. I'm not going to be repurchasing the ABH brow gel anymore. And my next empty is a lip product. This is one of the Sephora Melting Lip Clicks, and this was in Caramel. They have discontinued this formula, which I don't understand why they did, because it's very reminiscent of what I'm guessing the Tarte Maracuja lip products are. It was a very melty formula. It had a nice pigment to it. It's one of those clicky pens. I did dig everything out of there and ended up using this up. This was like my purse lip product because I just threw it in a back pocket of my purse. Anytime that I needed to touch up lip product, I could put this on without a mirror. I don't understand why Sephora hasn't come back out with a product like this, because I think they're so popular. But I ended up getting this when it was on clearance and for sale. I got this for like $5, and I think that absolutely I got my money's worth out of this product. But I'm sad to see it go, but I am happy to have another lip product out of my collection. The last item is an empty slash declutter, and that is my Cover Effects Shimmer Veil in Amethyst. This was back from 2017, I believe. It came in a BoxyCharm all those years ago. I did roll this into my deck of panning for 10 uses. I ended up getting 7 uses out of it. This was a beautiful color, but it is pretty much dried out. I tried to get a little bit of a swatch on my hand there, but I even took the stopper out. Sorry, puppy dogs are upset that I shut my door on them. But I took the stopper out, I stirred the product around, I tried to get it to kind of like refresh itself. Sorry, the dogs were just barking like crazy, so if there's a weird cut, it's because they literally were barking for like 3 minutes straight. And my husband just texted me, he goes, literally nothing is going on outside, but they flipped out. The beauty of owning German Shepherds. But I am calling this quits. I think that I got lots of use out of it. The product is about down to here, so I was able to use up the rest of it. So I'm sad to see it go, but also I'm glad that I got at least that much use out of it before I am decluttering it from my collection. So because I am decluttering the Cover FX item, that is not included in with my Empties dollar amount, and I wanted to try to get to $2,000 this year. It is an arbitrary number. It does not matter to me. If I didn't get there, it doesn't mean that I fail at anything. It is just kind of the benchmark that I've been able to hit the last couple years. So my total for my empties was $159.59. And let me see if I have included that in with my, yep, I have included that in with my yearly totals, and I did reach that mark of $2,000. So I have a total year empties of $2,027.71. I feel like at this point I don't really need to say this if you've been watching my channel for a little while, but I know I've been getting some new people watching and some new subscribers. So also, if you're new here, hi, I'm Erin. Good to meet you. I'm so happy that you're here. But me talking about the numbers, me talking about prices of things is in no way, shape, or form me bragging or saying that I'm better than anybody else with my beauty trash. But this is basically the way that I keep track of understanding that products mean money. So if I'm bringing in a whole bunch and just letting them sit there and go bad, that's me wasting money. So this is a way for me to actually have a visual and I guess kind of like insightful and mindful way of me saying that this bucket here is $160 basically. And so if I am not aware of what I'm bringing in, then I'm not using up my products. So I hope that everybody understands that when I'm going through a lot of my numbers, because again, no way, shape, or form is any of this meant to be braggy or like keeping up with the Joneses, which I've been planning another video, which I think will go up after this one, where one of you guys had asked me to do a video about how to start project panning and talk a little bit more about conscious consumerism, you know, budgeting, kind of impulse purchasing, to play off my other video that I did in September, which I'll link up in the eye and down below. But you guys asked me to do another video, and so I've been kind of thinking about some talking points. And so I really do want to put that video together for you guys so I can share a little bit of my experience and get some feedback from you guys, because I've really enjoyed kind of your tips and tricks that you've been leaving in the comment section. I've been really appreciative of that as well. But let's go ahead and roll into my purchases. So again, I do have quite a bit of purchases. September is my birthday month, and I think I said this in my buys and buys for August, which again, up above and down below, I'll link everything. But because my birthday is in September, I automatically I get birthday money from my husband that he kind of is like, spend this on whatever you want type thing, which I actually have to grab real quick the thing that he got me or that I got myself with his money. Okay, perfect. So when I go over my numbers to keep my budget looking good and making sense on my spreadsheet, I am accounting for the birthday money in all of my costs. That is my disclaimer when I pop up kind of my spreadsheet and all that stuff. And when you guys look at how much I have versus what my dollar amount is, just know that there is birthday money in that number. So let me go ahead and pull out my first purchase that I ended up making at the beginning of the month. I made a purchase from Ulta. So I did pick up another one of the Ava NYC therapy session hair masks. I already did empty this out and put it into my pump in my shower. And so I repurchased this. I have the Ava NYC hair mask number 2, but I feel like I've gone through a whole lot more than 2 of these. But why did I put number 2? because I know I've gone through like one or two of these last year, because I try to keep track of, like, if I buy another one, I know that that's number three. So that tells me how many of these that I've gone back to. But maybe that was where I wasn't tracking hair care, here nor there. But I love this. I continue to repurchase this. Now with hair care, that does not count towards my budget. I am keeping track of it, but it does not come out of my beauty budget. That is something that I did for myself, my own rules, because I do not go through a ton of hair care. So I know it wasn't going to be a strain on my income or my finances. And also, kind of, hair care is a necessity. So definitely for me, I don't want to, like, penalize my beauty budget for items that I would need to purchase anyway. The next item is something that came out of my skincare category, and that is the Peach Slices acne spot dot things. I do like using these whenever I get my hormonal acne spots. Number one, because I feel like the hormonal stuff is under the skin for me, and so I feel like this helps draw something out. But also, I am a habitual picker, so these dots really help me to not pick and squeeze and try to pop things. That is why I love using the acne dots. I usually get the CosRX ones, but the big pack of those is like 20 bucks. And so I wanted to try to get something that was a little bit more affordable. And I think the CosRX ones are not considered drugstore at Ulta, so I wasn't able to use a coupon on them, but I was able to use a coupon on these. So I did pick up the pack of 60 dots for this one. And then I finally picked up the Juvia's Place I Am Radiant foundation. So I know Angelica Nyquist loves this foundation, and I wanted to give it a try. I was going to get the It Cosmetics CC cream, which is one of my holy grails, but I wanted to try something different and also something a little bit more affordable. But it sucks because right now this is on sale for like 30% off, but this product does not break the bank, so I'm not worried about it. But I did end up getting, this is considered a drugstore at Ulta, so I was able to use the coupon on this as well. And I picked it up in the shade Cairo. So I have not used this yet. I might try it out to see how I like it, but of course I like to track my products from start to finish, but I am curious to see how I'm going to like that. But I am hopeful that that will be a more affordable option instead of the It Cosmetics CC cream. And then I also picked up the Essence Volume Stylist Extreme Mascara. So this is my holy grail. I love this. I'm not going to open it yet because it is not time to open this yet, but this gives me really good length, really good volume. It separates my lashes the way that I like. It does not flake. It does not smudge. Now, when it starts getting older, it starts to flake, and that's when I know that it's kind of like it's on its last leg. But for $4.07, I can't beat this. So I love this mascara, and I will continuously pick that one up over and over again. So the item that I used some of my birthday money for is the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude palette. And so that is what the inside of this one looks like. I mean, it's been all over the internet, so I'm sure you guys have seen this. It is an absolutely beautiful and stunning palette. I look into this and it's like cozy. It's like cozy colors. So I really do enjoy this. This is going to be, all of my Natasha Denona palettes are going to be the next focus in my No Pan Left Behind. So I'm excited about reaching into that one and being able to use every single shade. I also did, I ordered this off the Natasha Denona website, and I used a discount code on it. There's a lot of influencers now that have like a 15% off code, and I mean, if I'm already watching them and hitting thumbs up on their video, I might as well use their code. I don't mind supporting people that way, and I got 15% off on this palette. So that was a wonderful purchase. Then I made an order from Sephora, and let me get my little basket over here because I don't want to drop anything on the floor. So I did pick up the birthday gift from Sephora, and I picked the Glow Recipe birthday gift. So I ended up getting the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Niacinamide Dew Drops and the PHA BHA Pore Tight Toner. So these are little samples, and of course this was free because this was the birthday gift. I've gone through a sample size of the dew drops before and I like them, and I already use a BHA toner, so I wanted to try out the one from Glow Recipe, and I love their watermelon scent. So that one was an easy grab. And then as one of the freebies with the purchase, I did pick up the Tower 28 Make Waves mascara. Everybody has been talking about this. I have not opened it yet. I'm not going to open it. I have one more mascara that I need to go through before I dip into this one, but I am happy to have a mini size of it. I also ended up getting, and I think this was one of the point perks, but or maybe I think this was the point perk and this was the freebie, but I ended up getting a sample size of the Dr. Jart Ceramidin Skin Barrier Moisture Cream. I've heard wonderful things about this, and I think I've used like a foil packet of it before and enjoyed it, but I wanted to go ahead and try this cream out again. So all of this stuff was basically free, and the one item that I purchased to be able to get the rest of that stuff for free is I did pick up the Kayali Yum Pistachio travel size of the fragrance. So number one, the packaging is absolutely beautiful. Beautiful. So this was a $25 purchase, and that's, again, like at Sephora, when you have a $25 purchase, you get to add the little codes and get the free stuff. I was able to get all the rest of that stuff because I purchased a perfume. So this is the only perfume that I have purchased so far this year, and so I did create a perfume like column on my budget, but it isn't included in my actual beauty budget. I'll have to see how I feel about that next year, since I have not gone overboard with purchasing perfumes and I haven't had an issue, and I've used up like one full size and a couple minis, I think, so far this year. So I'm not having trouble with fragrance. So I'm not going to deduct the $25 for a travel size fragrance from my budget, but I was happy to pick that up. I am wearing it today. It's a little bit, it smells powdery on me. I'm curious about mixing this with some of my other fragrances that are kind of more vanilla leaning, because I feel like those together would be a really good combination. So I'm curious. I love mixing perfumes, kind of doing a spritz of this and a spritz of that. So I really think that that one is going to be a great mixer. So I kept thinking that the VIB sale was in September. And I don't know, like I kept looking back on my last year's purchases and I saw stuff that I got on a discount, but that was because Sephora marks the same things down as Ulta during the 21 Days of Beauty. So in my head, I mixed up the dates, but the VIB sale, so I'm the middle tier, so mine will start on Halloween. But because I realized that I had another like 2 months to go before the sale started, I went ahead and I picked up a concealer. So I had no concealer apart from my Bobbi Brown corrector. I had no concealers in my collection or in my stash to use. And so I figured I like the e.l.f. camo, or this is the hydrating camo. I like this formula. It works well for me, so I might as well pick it up. So I did pick this up probably at Walmart during like one of the times I was there shopping. I did get this in light peach, which I shade matched myself on the Ulta website, but I kind of feel like this shade is like skin tone shade. It's not brightening shade. So if you get matched on the Ulta website for this concealer, just know that they're matching you to your skin tone. They're not matching you to like a highlighting shade. So just be aware of that, but I will gladly use this up. I already have some good windowing going on, so that was a good pickup. The next item is actually what I have on my eyes today. The video that went up prior to this one was a palette bingo, and I will make sure to link that all over the place, but that was with the Odin's Eye and Angelica Trick or Treat palette. and this is absolutely gorgeous. I did only dip into 5 shades because again, I did a bingo on it, but this is beautiful. I am excited about getting more use and being able to touch every shade in here. But this was, and this is actually my first Odin's Eye palette. So the color story in this one was enough or intriguing enough to me to pick it up. A lot of the Odin's Eye palettes are blue heavy, and I just am not going to reach for a blue that often. So I've kind of not been drawn to a lot of those palettes because they have been blue heavy, but this one is more orange and green heavy, which I really do love those colors. They work really well on my complexion and with my eye color. So, and again, the artwork on this is absolutely beautiful. I have my ribbon hanging up there on my mirror because a ribbon did come with the palette. And so I am thrilled to have it. So far, I'm loving the matte formula. The flaky formula, I kind of have some feelings about. Again, I'll link that video if you guys didn't see it. It is a very long, very chatty get ready with me. So that one is up on my channel. Like I said, I'll link it all over the place, but I'm thrilled to have that palette. Then my last purchase of the month is an ordinary product. This is the Rosehip Seed Oil. I am almost done with my other facial oil, so I wanted to have this one. Plus, so I did purchase a like body lotion, but again, that doesn't count in my my numbers. But I did pick up one of the Hemp's banana, which I have another one back over there that I use all the time, but it's like the sugared banana like hand body lotion. So they had those on sale for like 40% off, and then I wanted to use the $3.50 off coupon. So between the Hemp's lotion and this, I got up above the tier to be able to use my coupon. And you know, again, I needed a face oil, so I went ahead and picked that up as well. So those are the purchases that count towards my beauty budget. And so if we look at, we're not counting the Ava NYC product and we're not counting the perfume. So everything else was $149.10. My husband gave me $100 for my birthday, so I took that $100 out. So technically, in my beauty budget, I only used $49.10, which again is wonderful because the VIB sale is coming up and Brow Day came around. So I've already, like, my debit card is like smoking right now because I did purchase a few things already into October. So at the end of August, I had $100.10 in my account. I had 2 paychecks in September, which again, if you're new, I put $50 a paycheck into a savings account, and that is what I do all my beauty purchases out of. So I had 2 paychecks in September, so that's another $100 added to it, and then I only spent technically the $49.10. So I ended September with $151 in my beauty budget. So I am very, very happy about that because, like I said, I've already been spending in October, and I'm going to be very, very excited to share those numbers and those products with you guys next month. But a little surprise kind of purchase, and again, this obviously does not go towards my beauty budget, but I did want to share this with you guys. But I made my first purchase from Holo Taco. So I had been using up some nail polishes earlier this year, and down in my drawer, I only have 2 polishes and a base coat. That's all of my nail polish that I have. So I wanted to get my numbers down before I placed an order. And when she released the fall collection, I just knew that now was the time for me to try out Holo Taco. So I did do one of their bundles. So I ended up getting, let's see, this one. So this is the Glossy Taco. So this is the top coat, and I got the Peely base coat. And then I got, this one is in Holo Cappuccino. I don't know the names of all of their formulas, but this is like a very small sparkle. Then I got Menchie the Cat, and so this has a very, like, this is a larger sparkle. This one is actually kind of gritty, And so multiple layers of a top coat on this because you feel the glitters on this one. But this one's actually on my toes right now, but we're not going to show those because that is free content for another website that's out there. This one is Modest Moss, and this is part of the fall collection. It's this beautiful, like, army green color, which I love that color. And then this is the one that made me want to buy from Holo Taco, and this is the Fallen Flake Taco. And this one is absolutely beautiful. If you watched my Project Pan update, my last one, and again, I'll link it, and you saw my B-roll with that flaky on my nails during my B-roll and my close-ups, that's what this was. I had a black on a couple nails, and then I had this green on the other nails with this flake on top of it, and you can already see I'm down to here. I've used this flake shade. It is absolutely gorgeous. I also love it because it's very forgiving. So if I chip my nails, if I nick my nails, because I work with my hands a lot. We actually did a lot of stuff around the house over the past like 2 weeks. So that is very forgiving, where you can just kind of like dab some flakies back on top of it and your manicure looks great. I do have the cappuccino, hollow cappuccino on my nails today. These look a little beaten up too because I was doing some yard work yesterday. But again, it's a very beautiful color and it's just so easy and it's so forgiving. Even with these, like, to touch up, you basically just kind of touch up the end of the nail if it's gotten worn down, put another top coat on there, and you're good to go. So I love that. The only thing that I don't like is the peely base coat. So I wanted to get this because I know, especially like with Menchie the cat, this was extremely hard to get off because it's basically like that chunky glitter. I used the peely base coat to do a manicure, and my like fingernails, my polish was popping off within 45 minutes. Like, when, again, TMI, like you go to the bathroom, you pull down your pants, my nail polish was just popping off me pulling down my pants. So I don't think that the peely base coat is for me. I'm using a base coat right now, but that one kind of peels off within a couple days too. But I think I'm going to get a different base coat the next time that I order, because I do want to order some more of these polishes. I think they're beautiful. Like, one coat with the cremes, like, you get wonderful payoff. So I do enjoy the polishes. It's just the peely base coat is not for me. Like, if you are doing multiple like nail looks per day for like content, sure, use that. But I can't spend time doing a manicure and then having the polish pop off within 45 minutes. So not going to be using the peely base coat. That's a little bit disappointing, but I love the Holo Taco shades. They're absolutely beautiful. The Menchie the cat one, like, it has so much holographic beautifulness in there. So I am very happy with my purchase, and I will be making another purchase from Holo Taco in the future. So I told you guys that I wanted to tack onto the end a little update on my quarterly inventory. So of course I will pop my information up here. Let's see, let me scoot this way. So I'll pop it up over here. So I will pop up my little graphic. So of course, during the third quarter, I bought a lot of primers because e.l.f. came back out with the Jelly Pops. So I am up on my primers. I purchased the one foundation, which is the Juvia's Place one. I did not purchase any of my mixers, but I did pan one, so that's great. My powders remain the same. My concealers, I did pan 2 of them, but I bought one. My SPFs, let me scroll over here so I can look. My SPFs, I did end up using up 2, and I purchased 1. I think that was last month. I got one of my Paula's Choice SPFs. My brows, I used 3 up and bought 1. The bronzers, let's see here. I didn't pan or bring any in, so my bronzers are the same. Blushes, I did use up the mini blush in Provence, but that was still 1 blush in my collection, so I'm down 1 blush. The highlighters remain the same, didn't bring any in, didn't use any up. Setting sprays, I did use up 2 setting sprays, but I did not bring any in. Lip products, I ended up panning 3 of them all together, which again, I'm super thrilled to be getting through my lip products. I brought in 1 lip product in the 3rd quarter. Lip liners have stayed the same at 2. With mascaras, I did pan 1 and I brought in 3. Even the mini ones are counted as products being brought in, so I'm up 2 in my mascaras. My eyeliners, I did pan 2, and those are my liquid liners in my 23 and 2023. I will link that update up in the eye and down below. So I am down on my eyeliners, which again is exciting. Eye primers stay the same. Eyeshadows, I did declutter 1, which was the Cover FX product, and I brought in 2 palettes, and that's the Natasha Denona and the Odin's Eye palette. And then my daytime skincare, I panned 1 and brought in 4, which again, it was a slow month for skincare, but hey, I'm okay with that. Oh, I skipped moisturizers, so I panned 2 and brought in 2, so that washed. My nighttime skincare, I did pan 7 and I brought in 3, so down on that number. And then my hair care, I panned 5 and I brought in 1. So overall, my numbers, I started July with 219 products in my categories. I panned 33 of them. I decluttered 1, and then I purchased 26. So I'm still down by 8 products. And so I am rolling into October with 211 products. I am happy with these numbers, and I've already kind of projected some of my numbers for the end of the year. And I keep saying we, but I feel like we are collective because you guys are rooting for me. You guys are cheering me on. You guys are in this with me. But these numbers look fantastic. For next year, I am adding perfume on this list just so I can keep track of them because, again, I don't want any of my older ones to go bad or sit unused. But I am very, very happy with these numbers. Even though I am bringing in a lot of products and the last quarter of the year is going to be very purchase heavy because I restock for the year during Black Friday, but still the numbers look good. So I hope that you guys really did enjoy seeing my empties and my haul for the month. I know that we have been discussing a lot about inventory numbers and how to kind of be mindful about it. Be on the lookout for my next video, which I'm going to go more in depth about how to start project panning, how to be more conscious about your consumption and just purchasing of makeup. So be on the lookout for that video. I also am compiling, and I know some people this might not be your thing, but I'm going to compile like products from Amazon that I feel has like changed my life. And of course I say that very loosely, but things that like I use all the time. I don't have an Amazon storefront. I don't have anything where like I'm not going to earn a commission if you guys purchase anything. I just want to share these products that I've brought into my life that have made a huge difference and helped be a convenience to me. So I'm also going to put that video out in October, so be on the lookout for that. But I want to encourage you to do all the things. Go ahead and give me a big old thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. Make sure to subscribe if my content and my upcoming videos sound interesting to you. I've had a lot of new subscribers, so welcome, and I appreciate all of you. I hope to hear from you down in the comment section. Let me know what you picked up in September. Are there any standout products for you? Did you pick up either of the 2 hot palettes for September or any other palettes? Tell me about your eyeshadows. I want to know because there is so many wonderful, beautiful palettes coming out in the last part of the year. I really do appreciate all of you guys being here and how interactive you are on my channel. I'm so glad that some of you are getting inspired from my content to be more mindful about things that are coming into your life. So I really do appreciate all of you. Thank you for stopping by and watching, and I'll catch you in my next one.